Hello. Am I live now? I hope I am live, but I feel like I'm using Streamlabs OBS today, which I'm not used to. I'm used to using only OBS, and it seems like there's some new things which I haven't understood yet, so I'm gonna go there, check what's up. I'm gonna go back. Am I streaming yet? I don't seem to be streaming yet. No, I am not streaming, apparently. Hi. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I can. So some of you are in the chat. How is this working? I don't know. I am very confused. I found the right link. Okay, cool. Which means I just need to get the right people onto the stream. I have no idea how this is functioning at all. And then I'll have to... I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening at all. I so do not understand anything. Hello. Oh, I am live. Okay, it's it should be working. I don't understand why it's... I don't understand what's going on at all, but that's fine. It's okay, it's cool. Yeah, hi. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this and this. Right. Okay, welcome to the stream. Scott Key, Nutfish, I am in here. Dino, Gov13510, Mr. Esco, David Lucky, and Aukina the Wolf, Dan the Gamer, Pizza Slice, and Max R. Okay, that means I should be good to go. I hope. Today it's only me on stream. If you're wondering why, it's because sometimes it takes a lot of effort to ask a lot of people if they want to join. So I felt like just doing it myself today. So that's what we're gonna do. So hello, I am Fofi, as you probably know me since you're here. Is everything functioning? Yes, I'm gonna assume everything is functioning. So I guess we're just gonna go right at it. We're gonna read about this mouse. So that's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Woohoo! Okay, setting a timer. Okay, let's go. So in the last stream we got to Endtown somehow. Don't ask me how, because it was a bit weird. This weird guy, everyone's favorite character, managed to make a spear in the air and they teleported to Endtown. Don't ask questions, just accept it. Okay, so no place like home. What is this place? It looks like Endtown. Smells like Endtown. It is Endtown. Look, a squirrel in a hat. And over here, a lizard wearing a sport jacket. And oh, for cute. What? With whittled guns. Oh, it's Endtown, alright. Rat with guns. Our favorite. What are you doing to me? Shut your mouth, intruder, or I'll shut it for you. Drop the cooler and put your hands in the air, now. Sorry, vermin. I have more important things to do. Halt! Pew pew! I fucking hate this town, he says as he's flying away from the danger. Whew, I wasn't exactly expecting a hero's welcome, but I wasn't expecting this either. Well, look at it from security's perspective. Our return was the biggest, most inexplicable security breach in Endtown's history. Flask is missing, we appear out of nowhere with a gangly maniac and a freshly mutated topsider. Any way you slice it, it spells incarceration. At least they had the courtesy to allow us to share a cell. A monitored cell. Who cares? Hugs. For everyone. What do you think is going to happen to us? I wish I knew, Wally, but I can promise you this. It won't be half as bad as what's going to happen to Aaron Marks. Oof. Okay, you two. You can come on out. You're in the clear. Really? Just like that? No questions asked? No need. Aaron Marks explained everything, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. You bet. Oh, hey Schultz. How about shooting another cold one my way? You bet. Oh shit, all the mice seems a bit... They seem a bit confused. This is nuts! Security is letting you straight into Endtown? What did you tell them? Oh, the truth! I told them that I used to work at a factory that made cheese graters. I was one of 2 workers whose job it was to test and approve those graters. But I was the one who always made Employee of the Month. You see... Ah, don't tell me! You were the grater grader! And for that, you didn't even have to take a physical? Never underestimate the pervasive power of homonyms. Wojciech. I don't understand. I understand everything, of course, always. Let me out of here, you fucking freaks! Hark, is that a damsel in distress I hear? Somebody, anybody help! A moment, fair maiden, I spy a dragon at the gate. Help! Die, spawn of the devil. Well, hello, princess. Help! No, there we go. Okay, let's go. Marks, you can't do this. She hasn't been properly screened. That's okay, neither have I. That's not an argument. Listen to me. We're all stuck down here trying to survive. We can't let newcomers run loose without evaluating them first. Some mutants are more of a threat than others. A threat? Look at this cute little face. Squishy. Marks, it hasn't been a day since that koala was a topsider trying to cut my head off. Oh, sounds like someone can't let go of the past. Please, Aaron, you don't understand. You can't just walk into Endtown like this. We have rules and laws. We can't afford to upset the balance. The risks are too high. Pshaw, cockapee. You gotta live a little, Yakni. Take that red tape and tie it up into a beautiful bow. Besides, I am Iron freaking Marks. Who's gonna stop me? Where the fuck do you think you're going with that koala? I'm giving you 2 minutes to put that koala back in her cell before I have you destroyed. 2 minutes, eh? Give me a moment to consult my watch. Say, I'll bet dollars to donuts that you've never seen a watch like this before. Pretty, huh? All those shining rings drifting smoothly across the surface of the glass, like ripples in a... Holy fuck, is that a dimensionator? Dimensionometer? Densonometer? I don't know. Wow! A working dimensiometer. Incredible craftsmanship. Exquisite. Excuse me, that's mine. And so intricate and fragile. Don't you do that, you stop that this instant. As soon as you put Linda back in her cell. Yes, okay, here, see? Very good. Come with me, Mr. Marks. We have much to discuss. A dimensiometer, a purely theoretical device beyond the current capabilities of human technology. And you own one. Yep. According to Linda Kowalski's testimony, you are also apparently capable of swallowing explosions. They're tasty. And you opened a portal that allowed you to travel from the surface 100 miles away directly into Endtown. Oui, I did that thing. You're not from around here, are you? Actually, I'm quite at home, thank you very much. Where are you from, Marks? I own a dimensiometer and I find it useful. Capiche? Alternate realities. Infinite beyond infinite. One reality over, this tabletop may have one less scratch on its surface. Or one half less, 1/4, a molecule, an atom. Every event, every word spoken, every birth and death, every combination of everything possible and impossible, real and imagined. It's all out there, buddy. All of it. And I can cut through that infinite spectrum of what if and what the fuck, like a white hot guitar string through lime jello. Because I am Iron Marks and I'm infinite too. Show me. You want a demonstration? I'm an empiricist. Show me. Fair enough. Show you what? Infinite variations. In some other reality, we must be seated at this table around a pack of gum. Trout and cinnamon gum, invented by Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, that. Here, try it. I will warn you though, it doesn't hold a candle to Da Vinci Manget Locust. Cinnamon trout, beautiful taste combination. Why are you here, Marks? Oh, can we wrap this up, one Drake? I've got things to do in town. You're mad if you think I'd let you loose in Endtown, Marks. And how are you going to stop me? Proof? Kill me? The guy who holds the key to the multiverse? Yeah, I don't think so. How about this? I'll make you a promise. A promise. I promise not to jeopardize Endtown's survival in any way, and hell, as a token of good faith, here, a solution to your topsider satellite dilemma. Instant invisibility for all of your scouts. It was Wally Walachinsky's idea. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? How does it work? Examine it, Professor, and come see me in town. I'll be easy to find. Wait, one more thing. Petey filled me in on the specifics of Captain Flask's suicide mission. There was an explosion. Flask fell. Petey claims she vanished before hitting the ground. Where is Flask? Do you know? I'll see you around, Professor. Ooh. I got that. Did that show up on screen? Let me know if the flying fox thingy showed up on screen, because it's supposed to. So I'll just check that real quick. Thank you, Scotty, with the $10 with the message testing 1 2 3 4. It should have. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It should have shown up on screen, but I was reading the comic, so I don't actually know if it did. I didn't get the sound in my headset, which it also should. I'm just gonna show you, like with the test button. Like, see, it shows up on screen. John, thank you very much. You don't exist, but let's pretend you're Scotty. Like, see, it's working. The thing is, the fox should also appear, right? The scroll text, I know that that's backwards, but that's because I want the snowman to face to the left. But like, it should be appearing a fox up in this corner, but it's just not happening, and I don't understand. Like, it's really rustling my jimmies. But yeah, again, thank you very much, Scotty. I really appreciate it. Okay, back to being sad. Wait, stream. I need the overlay. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Ooh, he's appearing out of the nothing. So he isn't almighty, after all. He looks down at Flask. Oh, Flask, so much faith placed in guns found in dumpsters. Pfft. Maybe I should have saved you, but you were so keen on dying. Well, I can't hold you together indefinitely. Oh. Oh. It's worse than a hangover, ain't it? Oh boy, an exploding gun to the face sure doesn't leave much to look at, does it? Here, that's more like it. What? You! Sorry for peeking. Me? What the fuck is going on? Where the fuck are we? The crossroads where all realities meet is where we are. And what the fuck is going on? Oh, right, that was him talking. And what the fuck is going on is that you're the fucking dead. Oh no. Dead? What are you saying? Your gun, Flask. My gun? I remember. There was a flash. I felt. Oh. Oh my god. It blew up in my face. Killed instantly. Right now you exist only as a thought that thinks itself. That's not possible. I'm right here, alive, breathing. We think. Therefore we think we are. Hold out your hand. Boop. Congratulations. You got what you wanted. You're dead. Oh no. But if I'm dead, why am I here? Where else could I have a post-mortem chat with the villain of my favorite iteration of the Endtown reality spectrum? Villain? I'm not a villain! Flask, do you realize how many people you would have killed if I hadn't intervened? Let's see. The poor captain whose ship you stole, Holly, Wally, Linda, Petey, that head in the cooler, 8,000 men, women and children in that outpost when the ship's fuel cell detonates. Quite a body count for a protagonist. You are here because I want to know one thing, just one thing. What the hell is your deal? I don't know what you mean. You know exactly what I mean. No one goes to those lengths to kill 8,000 people without some kind of reason. It was tactical. Fewer topsiders, safer mutants. You said to PT, and I quote, "This entire mission is about you. You're going to watch our enemies burn, darling." It's useless, Flask. It's over. You lost. There's no point in keeping secrets any longer. What did Joe Hill was Petey to you, Flask? Who was he? He was the only real love I've ever had. Oof. He was my lover. He brought me the only genuine happiness I ever had. And they killed him! They killed him! Oh God. God. Why? Why did you bring me back? Why? Why? Why couldn't you let me stay dead? I don't want to hurt anymore. Tell me, Flask. What happened? What do you care? I'm the villain. Villains die. Villains are disposable. I need to know because I need to learn. You've always been the villain to me. I don't want to have to remember you like that. Just tell me. I'm not a villain. I'm not. I'm not. You've been keeping tabs on us. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a topsider? They don't call themselves topsiders, of course. Alright, that's still here talking. They don't call themselves topsiders, of course. They're just folk. Real folk. The only ones left in a world of freaks. And the only thing preventing you from becoming one of those freaks is your biosuit. So the suit never comes off, Mark. Ever. But we're very clever. There's little you can't do in those suits. And through those artificial eyes, you don't see suits. You just see folk. Digital constructs to help you forget you're trapped in your own portable prison cell. And sometimes you do forget. And that's when you know you're losing your mind. A topsider's life is around the clock a reminder of your role as the crucible of your species. And not just as the species as it was, but a vast improvement on it. Perfect human specimen, primed and ready to bring about the most perfect flowering of human perfection, blah blah blah. That's great and all, but you're still destined to live and die in a Ziploc bag until the mutagenic virus has been eradicated. So since you can't pin down the virus itself, you target the carriers, the plague rats, and wipe them out. Every last one. And you aren't getting out of that biosuit until they're extinct. No wonder topsiders are often so zealous about their work. But what gets a topsider's goat more than anything are typhoid maraes. Mutants who are immune to the mutagenic virus. They look as healthy and as human as ever, and they don't have to wear biosuits. Oh, does that make them mad? And God forbid you're a typhoid Mary and they catch you. Fussy wussy mutants get their brains removed or get dusted. But typhoid Marys? Topsiders gotta know what makes them tick. Anyway, that's what they claim. That's what they claim they're doing when they're reducing them to something that would be at home in a butcher's displays case. If they weren't still breathing. Oof. After 3.5 years of living hell, I decided that I'd rather kill myself than continue to be a topsider. Heaven knows I wouldn't have been the first. It never even occurred to me to become a mutant. Why would it? I was the sum of my parts. Add some, take some away, rearrange others, and I wouldn't be me anymore. I'd be alive, but I wouldn't be me. And that's a far more frightening prospect than just being dead. But first, I was going to make peace with myself. He sure didn't look like a mutant. I never agreed with that classification for those who are immune to the mutagenic virus. Even less with vivisections for kicks. His rescue was simple enough for someone of my rank. A fresh biosuit, a quickly acquired transporter, a speedy trip back out to Zone 9, where he'd been caught only a few hours before. But things sure didn't stay simple. Never in my life would I have expected it to happen. Not like that. We talked. Just talked. And for the first time in years, I felt like a human being again. It was everything I'd ever wanted, ever dreamed about, and believed I could never have or even deserved. He told me he wanted to see me again. I didn't know what to make of that, but agreed anyway. I never seriously imagined he'd return, or that if he did, he'd bring along some of his mutant friends and beat me to death. Given how I felt about my life, I was willing to take the risk, and it paid off. And I forgot all about suicide. And for the first time in my life, I was truly happy. Oh God, what happiness. Oh God, what happiness. I felt complete. I had found my missing half. I've never loved anyone like that before, and he was everything to me. I had to engage in some risky maneuvering to continue meeting with him, and I knew my rank wouldn't protect me forever. At times, the reality of the situation would come crashing down on me, and I'd become afraid. I knew I was going to get hurt. Somehow I would be hurt. How could we ever truly be together? It seemed impossible. But he had a plan. Trust me, he said. I love you. Just trust me. We loved each other dearly, but we belonged to two untouchable worlds. One of us would have to cross over. Life as a topsider wasn't something I would wish on my worst enemy, let alone my lover. But life as a mutant? To go to sleep and wake up? God. Wake up as what? It didn't matter, he said. Bat, mongoose, kangaroo, turtle. It didn't matter. I would still be me, and he would love me just the same. He would love me forever. So I went to sleep in his arms. I was so at peace that I went to sleep in his arms. The first thing I noticed were my teeth, pointed, sharp. I ran my tongue over them. I knew he'd punctured the suit behind the earpiece as I'd told him to. I was a mutant. The next thing I noticed was that I was no longer being held. I snapped to full consciousness. He was nowhere in sight. Not a sign, not a sound, not a trace. Rising to my feet, I realized that I wasn't shorter or taller or fatter. My mind seemed intact. What in God's name had I become? It was supposed to be a special moment. I was supposed to be sharing it with my lover. But I was so eager to breathe again. That first unfiltered breath, cool air rushing into my lungs. I felt so alive. And what had I become? I steeled myself for the answer. Well, it could have been worse. I had seen worse. At least I wouldn't spend the rest of my life staring my lover in the knees. But where was he? His name was the first word I spoke with my new voice. And no one answered. Over and over I called his name. Over and over. Maybe he had seen something and had gone to investigate. Maybe he was in trouble. Maybe he was hurt. Over and over, and in replies, echo and wind. And then I realized how alone I truly was. Thank you, Swode, with the $10 donation. I really appreciate it. Let's just quickly check up on that. Did it work? With the message. Did it work? Ooh. It almost worked. Oops. Wrong one. I saw it slide over, but the fox didn't appear. You know what? We're just gonna do an honorary fox every time this happens. That's not a real donation, but let's pretend it's the previous donation. I hope that made sense. She really would have needed a hug. Yes, you're absolutely right. Alone. I was completely alone. Emotions overwhelmed me. Confusion, loneliness, worry. He had urged me to become this thing. And now he was gone? Why? What had happened? I had to know. I had to find out. He was my world. My purpose. I had no path forward without him. Without him, I didn't belong anywhere. Even my body reflected that. Not human, not fully mutant, incomplete, and abandoned. I didn't know what to do first. However, the answer came very quickly. Survive. Topsiders coming. I panicked. I wasn't thinking. Can you blame me? My world was being pulled inside out. All of the tools I'd come to depend upon for my survival were now useless. Worse than useless. God, I didn't even know that zero guns wouldn't fire for mutants. There was a lot of things I didn't know. But I was about to learn. I must have fascinated them somehow. Maybe I represented something to them. Who knows? Everything they could do to me, everything sort of killing me, they did. I learned what humiliation is, and shame, and pain. Lots of pain. But the worst pain of all was living with his memory, and the hope that we would be reunited. You know the story of Pandora's box? All of the evils of the world were down in that box. Ever wonder why Hope was down in there with them? I learned why. The pit. Never even knew we had such a thing. No doors. No windows. Just an opening way up at the top. Sometimes, rarely, it would open and I would have light. I'd like that at first. God. They even made me hate light. I must have snapped down there in the pit. Must have happened gradually. Never would have done it otherwise. Don't remember why, but I do recall the damn thing kept twitching. Just kept twitching. I guess it's best that I can't remember. In retrospect, it was a good thing, I guess. They didn't want to lose their favorite specimen to loss of blood. Apparently the anesthesia wore off faster than expected. Right place, right time. For once. Monsters. All monsters under the skin. So let the monsters out. I'll bet they put security locks on zero scapels those days. These days. I'll bet they put security locks on zero scapels these days. Regular scalpels can't cut through a biosuit, whereas zero scalpel does the job nicely. And I took full advantage. I'm sure they've changed a lot of things since then. I enjoyed it, Marks. Beyond words. I was an avenging angel and a liberator rolled into one. My punishment and my blessing. And that they never once had the courtesy to thank me. Ingrates. Men, women, children, all the same to me, after all, who doesn't deserve liberation. In the chaos, I convinced one of them that it would be a good idea to give me a safe passage out. He begged for mercy the whole damn way. I told him exactly what he wanted to hear, to keep him from getting it too difficult. You mad, bro? This is very cheerful, indeed. Now I don't want to hug her anymore. Understandable. The euphoria passed very quickly. I suddenly felt very tired. I knew what I had to do. No future. My past too painful to live it. I wanted rest. It would have been better if I'd gotten it. I know that now. But hope found me yet again. And sank its teeth into me. A second chance at life. I wish I could have seen it that way. But hope refused to allow me to finish with the first one. It kept burning away in me, holding me apart from the others, denying me the right to let go of his memory. Hope told me that I was going to be reunited with my lover, but that I was going to have to work for it. So I stopped fighting and let hope step before me, and I'd follow in its footsteps no matter where it might lead. Mallard had been searching for someone to take over his duties as security chef. He needed more time to concentrate on his experiments, so I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. I spilled almost everything, who I was, what I knew, how valuable I could be to Endtown. He had justifiable reservations, but ultimately Mallard agreed. After all, who better to protect Endtown from the Topsiders than a former Topsiders with a grudge? Even Mallard had his limitations. Endtown's chef of security, the perfect job for me, separate and superior. The systems were already in place, all I had to do was administrate, kick a little ass, vent a few frustrations, and give the rats someone to salute. They love salute. I don't manage to pronounce it, I'm sorry. They love saluting. And as long as I did my job, I was free to do what I was really there for. Searching for him. Finally, I got my wish. Fate has a real sick sense of humor. And then I knew what had happened. Topsiders had come that night. He led them away from me, been caught, processed. My lover, my darling hero, he had sacrificed himself for me. For me! Hope's talons dug in deep. There are sparks of memory left. Maybe with tending, stoking. Lovesick, love-blind fool. He remembered Marks. He still knew his pet name for me. If there had been anything in him. If there had ever been anything in him. You can tell me, can't you? Don't you know? Did he ever really love me? Did he? Cries. God. All for nothing. Could have found a new purpose, a new life instead. All for nothing. For nothing. At least it's over now. I can rest. God. So tired. Flask. No rest for the wicked. And they smooch. What the heck? Why are they smooching? Someone explain. I think that's what's happening at least. I feel so different. Better, I hope. You're ready now. Ready? To go, Flask. Wow, he really had something for her, didn't he? Flask, remember what I told you? That you're a thought that thinks itself. That's what we all are. Bundles of thoughts, clusters of ideas. And as we go through life, learning and experiencing, we pick up more thoughts along the way. Some good, some bad, and sometimes you pick thoughts that can become cancers, spreading, infecting every idea you touch. If left unchecked, that cancer can weaken the bonds that hold the bundle of thoughts together. And when your body dies, all those thoughts that make you go back into the big bin and become part of new bundles of thoughts, new identities. Is that what's going to happen to me? No, Flask. Not now. I've removed the cancer. You are destined to remain you. Close your eyes, Flask. Close your eyes and listen. I could never condone what you've done, just as I could never condone what has been done to you. But you aren't worthless, and you aren't a waste. No one is. All of us have a role to play, but it's our own responsibility to make the best of that role. I've denied you your rest, Flask. I've denied you the peace you've worked so hard for from now on. From now on, you remain you. Whether this is punishment or redemption is up to you. As it always has been. Only time will tell, Flask. Sound effects. Wow. Keep your eyes closed, Flask, and when you open them again, it will be a new world. Please make the most of it. I love you. Yeah, he had a big crush on that cat. No. He's getting pushed out of the way. Ooh. Not entirely sure what's happening here, but maybe he killed it. Maybe he like sacrificed himself for her, considering he like goes down into the thingy. Maybe it's something else. It's difficult to tell, but yeah. Thank you very much again for the donation of 13.37 bucks from Scott Keith. I really appreciate it, and yeah, thank you. Alright, and the message. We need to check the message as well. This got sad and Tear started running away from me. Ooh, yeah, it got pretty sad. It gets heavy, this comic, even though there's some weird things going on sometimes. I just need to check real quick. I'm just checking what's gonna happen next. I'm wondering if I should end here. Oh, yep, we're definitely gonna continue reading a little bit. Okay. Inexplicable. Utterly inexplicable. But profitable. But inexplicable. What of it? This could be our greatest project. If the money doesn't appeal to you, what about the prestige? The patronage of the Duchess isn't the publicity we want. She's still royalty. We simply won't mention which royal we're working for. A secret job for someone we dare not mention for fear of damaging our firm's reputation. Yes, precisely what we need. A pity. You seemed enthusiastic about this project a week ago. That's because you hadn't seen fit to tell me the specifics. An entire underground city. It's diabolical. Perhaps those tales about the Duchess are true. It would require an army to complete something this vast. And what about the materials we'd need? Where would it all come from? It's an absurdity. We couldn't finish this in a lifetime. My dear Master Winepole, exactly how many lifetimes do you think have already been spent on this? Absurdity. Getting some Endtown backstory. That's nice. Your Highness, I'm sorry I speak no more about it. I'm well aware of how daunting this project must appear to you, Winepole. But please understand that I'm requesting. I don't expect this city to be completed in a year, a decade, or even a century. What you see has already taken many centuries to create, and will take many more to come. But what about men and supplies? We'll provide you all with all you need. a modest workforce, all the supplies you require, and ample compensation for your efforts, your loyalty, and your silence. Master Vinepole certainly changed his mind in a hurry. They all do. They have so much to gain and so little to lose. I have no doubt that they'll complete much construction over the next 2 decades. Then we seal the city and wait, and the process will begin again. More cogs for the machine? We all have our roles to play, my dear. Do you regret yours? No, not anymore. I am so confused, if I'm gonna be honest. Well, what can I say? Maybe I did stack the deck a little, sending her into reality where she'd have a fighting chance at happiness, and naturally to be in a position to serve the greater good. That goes without saying. Still object, still an outcast, she'll always be an outcast, but an outcast capable of finding pleasure in life. Maybe I had gone too far, but I owed her as much for rigging that gun. God. Just to hear her laugh, to know she was capable of laughing. Nah. So sue me. You envy him. Yeah. Not all of us get happy endings. It's not as if we're owed them. Some find love, and others... well, we all have our duties to perform, to the greater good. This really feels like some Doctor Who shit or something, like, I don't know. Maybe it's like a time traveler. Fucking respawns every now and then. I don't know. Oh, smokes. Spinny, spinny, spin. Spinning around. Ooh, 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 ooh. And here we go. We are back to the regular stuff. She got to heaven. That might be true. Maybe it was heaven or something. I have so little clue of what's going on. But it's pretty alright either way. So that was it for this stream. Wanted to get that heavy stuff out of the way. It wouldn't have been that fun to be like multiple people when there's like one person monologuing the entire thing. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I will be continuing to stream about around this time, continuing forward. I don't know if I can do it daily, but I will give, you know, I will tweet it out when I go live. Or wait, did I even remember to do that? I hope I did. Yes, I did this time. I forgot last time. I will try my best to, you know, make stuff work. So yeah. If you enjoy, I greatly appreciate it, and of course, a huge thank you to Skotki for donating, and also to Swode, who I might suspect. Oh, platform ID is different actually, so that might be so. It is a new one. So thank you, Swode. Thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. It really helps a lot. So again, terrible at ending streams. To I am here, Pinion, Loop Kane, Andre, Uvu, Notfish, and Maxi Fluff, and everyone else who've joined the stream. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great day, you beautiful creatures. Okay, bye bye.